we're getting ready to weigh anchor. I guess I should say hi. Everybody else is asleep. But I got the motor warming up. I have to reel in the stern line and then go up and pull the anchor. Right now all the boats that are just on anchor are drifting that way, and my anchor's over that way, so I should just start drifting that way as I slowly pull my anchor in. We made it out. Had a little bit of trouble. The stern tie rope got caught on shore, so then I had to paddle to shore with the dinghy. Yesterday, one of my dinghy oars snapped in half. I wasn't even paddling crazy or anything. Just snapped off and it sank, like in 2 seconds. We're headed to Powell River. Called yesterday to try to reserve a slip. They didn't have any slips. Well, they don't do reservations. So as soon as we get within range, I gotta hit them up on 66 Alpha and see if we can get a slip for the night. If not, right across from Powell River, there's a bay called Pender Bay, and we can anchor there. It's a decent anchor spot, and it's got protection from the south wind, which is what we're gonna have for the next, week. This is basically the forecast for the next 3 to 4 days, maybe even longer, depending on which one you look at. Yeah, here in the Pacific Northwest, we all try to plan our vacations for, July, August, when the weather's good. But we get what we get, so we just gotta make the best of it. Shelly's down there making some coffee right now, so hot coffee always makes the day better, especially a colder, wet day. It might be down into the high 50s, low 60s today, which we were 90 almost 2 days ago. So a 30-degree swing. But we're gonna keep on moving here. We've got about 3.5, 4 hours to get over to Powell River, and then we'll radio in, and hopefully we can get a slip, and then maybe we can go explore around town and stuff if the weather lets up enough. So we're back out in the Georgia Strait now, heading south down to Powell River. A gnarly day continues being gnarly. We got 19 knots of wind against us. The seas are not too bad right now, so we're just motoring along. Should be there in probably about 2 hours. It's not a long trip today. Well, I was able to rig us up a little shelter on the boat since we don't have a Dodger, and it just sucks. That's a good boat for the Pacific Northwest. There's Powell River up there. We're only doing about 3.3, 3.1 knots. Going 5 through the water. Good thing I left when I did. Still got another 2 hours just to go this last 6 miles. It'll be nice to, hopefully we can get a slip. If not, we'll be heading over that way. I just talked to the office. They said they didn't think they were going to have like an individual slip for us, but that they would have space on the dock or like to raft us up with somebody. I've never done that before, so when I get within a mile of them, I said I'd radio in and talk with them again and get instructions on what I need to do. We're coming into Powell River. They've got some sort of a spot that we can back up to and stern tie, so we're gonna come in and see if it's something we can do. If not, we'll have to make other arrangements. It was an absolute joke trying to back down the fairway. I practiced it at Capt Johnny, but the wind here is just blowing so hard. Even if I could get some rear momentum going to where the rudder should start letting me turn, the wind would just blow me around, blow the bow around. So backing in between the two piers like they wanted me to was just not going to happen. So they had me raft up to another boat that was already rafted to another boat. So we're in the harbor, we're out of the damn weather, and I'm going up to the marine office to check in, and then we're gonna go to town. I need to try to find some sort of rubber boots or something in town if I can. Okay, we're all checked in at Powell River. Got to download an app so we can shower and do laundry later if we want to. It was like $52 for the night, so that's not too bad. Just waiting on kids, and then we're gonna go into town. We're walking down to Supercharger Pizza. Get a late lunch. Can't visit Canada without going to Tim Hortons. It's a rule. We also went to Canadian Tire, and we did Save on Foods. One thing we did not do was go to A&W. I hope the Canadian gods forgive us. Maybe we'll go at a different port. Got a super rainy walk back to the marina. Doing some boat chores at the dock. Got the fresh water all filled up. Shelly's down here vacuuming and kind of cleaning up after a week's worth of living on board. The kids are all showered, and Shelly and I are going to take all the trash up, and then we're going to shower, and it's going to bed early tonight because we're going to get up early and head out early so that we can ride down the coast with the tide. I've never rafted up to any boats, much less two boats. So basically we just have to hop across the other two boats to get to shore. It doesn't, or get to the dock. It doesn't seem like the owners are on board. I googled it. I guess the common courtesy thing to do is to step off of your boat and then go around the bow of the other vessels and then step onto the dock so you're not walking through their cockpit. But these boats are kind of challenging to go walking around their bows. They got solar panels and other stuff just kind of on the deck, and I don't want to step and break any of their stuff. So we've just been kind of going through their cockpits because they're not there, and I don't think they'd really mind. We're not getting their boats dirty or anything. Yeah, this is us all rafted up here, the three amigos. We just left Powell River. It was easy to get out of the marina. We're heading down to Pender Harbour. The weather today is not good. Tomorrow's weather is even worse. And then Wednesday is supposed to be good. So Wednesday we're going to cross the Strait of Georgia back over towards the Nanaimo area. I just really want to sit in Powell River for the next 2 days, and then have to power all the way down and then over. That would be just such a long day on Wednesday if the weather even holds out. So trying to make a little bit of progress south. Yeah, it's super gnarly out here, just like yesterday. Well, we were over there against that shore. It was just so rough and crappy out there. I figured I'd give it a try. So I sailed across the channel over closer to Texanada, and the water is a lot nicer over here. So we're making almost two knots faster. So hopefully my little course deviation, if it doesn't pay off in getting there sooner, it'll pay off in a little bit more comfortable ride for the crew for a little while. I got the mainsail raised. I got the second reef put in. I got it all lashed down. That was very difficult in this weather. When I was trying to hook up the main halyard, it flew out of my hand and it was blowing. It was blowing way up in the air. It's like 20 knots. And I was like, shit, how am I gonna get this? And so I had to turn the boat around and then go up. And then when the wind gust died just a little bit, it kind of came down and I grabbed it. So note to self, never, ever, ever, ever let go of the main halyard. It's windy, because it will just blow up in the air like a kite. So, I'm gonna be going towards land over here for just a little bit, and then I'm gonna tack out this way. We make a lot better speed with the sails. So I got 8.9 miles left to go to get there. There are some other sailboats out here, so I'm not the only psycho. Oh, we're sailing now. So I'm tacking back across the channel until I get myself a clear line. Tack back across it and to our destination. Doing about 4 to 5 knots, depending. So we'll check in with you later. Well, we're just getting ready to come into Pender Harbour here. Got Lillian on deck. It's my helper. She got seasick down there, came up here. Feels a lot better. I actually don't know how anybody can be down in the boat. I would be so seasick down there. Logan came up and threw up over the side of the boat. It's just rougher than shit. But yeah, I called that John Henry Marina again. They had one spot left they could squeeze us into. Actually, they said they had no spots. But then the guy's like, hold on a minute, I might have somewhere I can put you. So I'm supposed to radio him on 66 Alpha once we get there. Yeah, what a day. I don't even know. We left at, got him at 5, left about 5:45. And now it's 12:05. Lots of sailing. Yeah, the same damn thing happened with this rub rail on the port side. It popped out of its track. So I'm gonna have to fix that once we get in there. Like deja vu. I'm working on fixing the port rub rail. So again, it's too long, so I'm gonna have to disconnect it on the end. Disconnect it down here. Pop this out and pull it down until it's tight. Hammer it in and cut off the extra. Taco Monday. Here you go. You can be the proud new owner of a big part of John Henry Marina and Resort. It's Tuesday morning. We're just waking up. It just rained and rained all night long. We're here in Pender Harbour still. I think we're gonna leave a bunch of different boats that I talked to. They're all planning to make the trip across the strait today about noon. The wind is supposed to kind of blow itself out, and the rain's going to be stopped, and the seas will start settling down. So I think we're probably going to leave. Right, there's a boat next to us. His name is Johnny. It's Spuds, and he's going to head out. And then he said he would radio back the conditions on the strait. So we might just hang out inside the harbor until we hear from him. But if I don't hear from him, we'll probably just head across. So we got about an hour and a half before we have to officially check out of the marina. And so I'm gonna top off the fuel, go to the fuel dock, fill up my cans, and top off the water, and just kind of get the boat ready to go. And Shelly's gonna whip up breakfast. Got these Krusty's biscuits over there. She's gonna make up biscuits and gravy today. So that's the plan, and we'll check in with you guys later. One other thing that happened yesterday in the crazy crossing from Powell River to Pender Harbour, everything was just going so nuts on the boat. I like fell, or the boat did whatever, and I fell like into the door, and it like bent it in the wrong way and kind of broke like the glue holding that flexes now. So I think I'm gonna have to get some metal brackets made to reinforce all the joints of this door. There's some damage too from it getting slammed around. That's okay though, I can just sand that up and recoat it. Yeah, yesterday was a pretty crazy day. About 12:30, we are going to be blasting off here in just a minute. We're going to be following the captain of that boat, Spud, and heading across the strait with him. So we're going to be getting out of here, Pender Harbour, in just a few minutes. Alright, we made it out. Just left John Henry Marina. Following Captain Johnny on Spud up there. We're going to be basically crossing the strait together. I don't know, his boat is more of a racing sailboat, so he might be heading off, but the main thing is he's going to show us where he likes to go. We're going to go down the coast a little bit, and then we're going to shoot straight across the strait, and then we'll go down the other side of the coast once you're out of the wind. That's our plan for today. Minimal time in Georgia Strait. That's a cool boat. We're motor sailing, making about 3.7 to 4 knots. Got the main up, still double reefed. It's probably gonna stay that way all day unless the wind really lightens up. We got Spud over there, just kind of tacking back and forth down this channel in between Texada and mainland. So we're gonna be tacking here again in just a little bit so that we can get more down that way. Tons of sailboats are leaving today. Everyone's been stuck in Pender Harbour waiting for this awesome weather to clear out. It's kind of fun being out here in a fleet of sailboats, watching what everybody else is doing. Most people just have all their sails down and they're just motoring straight down the coast. Well, we got both sails out now. Spud is a ways up there. We're gonna do one more tack back towards the mainland, and then probably just shoot across the strait. The waves are much better than yesterday, not nearly as big. Yesterday it was just like, seemed like every 5 or 6 waves were breaking over the boat. soaking me. So today's considerably better. And there's some sun today and no rain, so lots of pluses so far. So, happy to be sailing, happy to not be listening to the engine. Well, I think I got these inside tracks figured out. You just have to have your sheets on the outside of the shrouds. I actually messaged the original owner of the boat asking him about it because online it says to run your sheets inside the shrouds, which obviously, as you can see, would make no sense at all. But yeah, it definitely lets you pull the Genoa in just a little bit better so you can point better. It's sailing a lot better now, and we got the wind vane. Got it on, or I've got the autopilot going off of the wind vane, so it's trying to hold us at 39 degrees to the wind for our most effective sailing angle to go across the strait. Once we get a little bit more away from Texada, I'll turn a little bit more to starboard, and we'll be on a little bit more of a beam reach. Here's all our tacking we did coming out of Pender Harbour this morning. Wind's kind of died down a little bit, but we're still doing 4.3. Speed through the water is 5.5. We got the tide against us now. But we're just gonna keep sailing for as long as we can. We're just getting ready to make the turn to starboard here around this navigational can, coming into Departure Bay. then we'll go down through Newcastle Channel again and into Mark Bay. That's cool. I love sailboats that have the windows in the back. It's just like an old school sailing ship. Well, we made it back to Mark Bay. Just everyone but Lillian's jumping in the dinghy. We're gonna go to shore and stretch our legs and use the onshore facilities. Wow, this boat is rad. Just as pretty as when we were here last time.